Home of Sean Carter, it's the home of Biggie Smalls, Missy Hall projects, respect hustlers who ball. It's the home of the original Dodgers, crackheads and nagging baby mamas, and black absentee fathers. Home of Neil Diamond and Barbara Streisand, the same bomber that's responsible for Mike Tyson. Jan Sport on the bat, polo on the sleeve. Boot camp click started Timberlands and fatigues. The home of Spike Lee, the birthplace of David Blaine, Daddy Yo, Dana, even Big Daddy Kane. Pentecostal preachers and Muslims with the bow ties. Tomahawks, G7, face heads, and low lives. Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, and Fort Greene. Flatbush, Bushwick, East New York scene. Bensonhurst, Canarsie, Brooklyn Heights is downtown. Can't forget Rat Hook because they put it down. It's the home of Foxy Brown, Little Kim and Mano. The birthplace of Chachi, a.k.a. Scott Baio. The home of Ralph.
Come on in, Lord. Come on in.
Happy police this season, harassing for no reason. The home of Rusty Jooks and my boys do a lot. Peace to the
Hey D, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, hey. Hey. Yeah. Glad you
Uh-oh.
mhm. Yeah, glad you could be able to
Are you
like join
freezing
my
or me?
podcast. Huh? What happened?
Are you freezing or me? Let me see.
No, it's you that was freezing. It was you that was freezing. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Let me.
It's like yesterday evening, I was saying, hello, hello, I couldn't hear you, and I realized you got off. I was trying to post the first part of the video. It took like over an hour, almost 2 hours, and it got wasn't able to post. I was like, shit,
Yeah,
bummer.
I wasn't able to post. Even if it would have messed up, it still should have been able to post. That's crazy.
hmm Yeah, but Instagram was just acting up. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think what happened with me was my Wi-Fi went out for a minute. It did. My Wi-Fi
hmm
went out. That's why.
hmm
So it was crazy. I was like, okay, this should have been
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
I was like, okay. But we're good
hmm
now, though. You can hear me now? We good?
Yeah, yeah, we gotta start over. I have my Wi-Fi on.
Mm-hmm.
How are the both of you doing this fine Miami Beach type of day? We're not in Miami.
No. He's whoever that is being funny. That's because they know we got snow and they're probably in Miami.
hmm hmm
Trying to be funny. I understand totally.
So basically where we left off, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good. You're good.
Mhm. Basically on where we left off yesterday evening, we were just talking about relationships, how like a guy and a girl, they don't get to know each other like long enough before they start dating, and like the main like word in the relationship is like sex, the three-letter word that is very common in a relationship. I was like, you had to be fully committed to be able to like perform that stage.
Well, I think when you asked me that, I think I was trying to say. I think that's when it had frozen at that time. Um, I think more so. It all depends on what the person's looking for. If you're looking
hmm
for a relationship, what you just said is 1,000% correct. I feel like a person should take time to get to know the individual before any of that stuff happens. Nobody wants to be in that. And then there's some people who just live life however they choose to see fit. If it works for them, I mean, some people can do it and some people can't. And I'm not one to judge anybody. So for me, it's like, I always say it all depends on what you are looking for. And
hmm
we live in a very mixed bag society these days. And people look for
hmm
different. Some people don't want a commitment. Some people don't want a relationship. It happens, and some people do.
And like speaking about sex and like choreography, which what we discussed, if
Hmm.
like if like a guy is teaching like a girl dance moves, or like yeah, it's very common. It's like they would just have that connection, and they would like have like perform sex right away. That happens a lot, like in the music industry, like in the past, and like in the present. I want to know what's your perspective of that.
That's a very interesting question. I mean, I think natural chemistry plays a part in that. I've always said if it's two adults and that chemistry is natural and it's been spoken about, if there's a communication there, I mean, those things can happen too. I always feel like,
Mhm,
my stance has always been be professional. That's always been my stance. Like, because of course, as you know, I work with a lot of women as well, and my stance has always
mhm,
been professional. So anytime you see anything of that magnitude of me dancing with a girl and we're teaching moves and stuff like that, I'm
mhm,
professional. I'm not trying to get with her. I ain't trying to do any of that.
mhm,
There are instances where I know a lot of friends of mine or a lot of people who I've known in the industry, they met through their art, and that can play a part in it too. But again, if you're grown, there should be a discussion. I've always said that if one person is having a feeling towards another or vice versa, two people should get together and talk about everything. See, once you talk
mhm.
about communication is important. Once you talk about
Yeah.
things that lead, instead of one assuming, like if a guy assumes that if a girl has to be suggestive with him doing a dance move, that's him being stupid and having an assumption because she's doing
Uh-huh.
her job too. And so it,
Uh-huh.
it, it works both ways. It's such a touchy.
And, and he's allowing her to. And
Mhm.
Lord, have you ever had that moments where like a few females like throw themselves on you when you taught a choreography class?
No, no,
Oh,
never.
okay.
It's always been
Okay.
respectable. It's always been, like I said, I've
Mhm,
always dealt from a professional standpoint. As a man, I never, of course, a lot of male producers and choreographers, they're known for that sort of shit. Like they throw
mhm,
themselves at women or they use their power, so to speak, to get a woman to sleep with them. I've never been that type of a guy.
mhm.
I don't play that
Yeah.
shit. Like me, it's a
Mhm,
respecting. I have more respect for myself enough to know that if there's a chemistry between me and that person, we're gonna have a talk about it. It's not gonna be a thing as to where I think I'm all that and I'm gonna try to use all my masculine mojo to get her to like me and I'm gonna do this. That to me that shit is corny. I never any guy
yeah.
that did that shit, I've always felt like they call it machismo. Any guy that thinks that they can do that and every woman's just gonna fall to their knees or bow at their feet, they're sadly
Mhm,
mistaken. And I've never operated like that. Like any situation I've
mhm,
ever had with a female on a personal level, it was because basically there was a discussion. So
mhm. Yeah. And I mean, and like when they form that relationship, or like while they do choreography together, they end up sleeping a couple of months later. It's like it turns out to be an abusive relationship, a bad relationship, and that's what leads like the male and the female to be on drugs.
I mean, you throw a lot of valuables in there. I mean, all those things that you said, I mean, those things have happened. And then there are other situations where that chemistry happened and it turned into a 25, 30-year marriage.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's all, I mean,
Yeah.
what's Jack?
Oh, not again. Lord, you're breaking out. You're
Oh,
breaking out again. I don't want the same thing to happen yesterday.
so you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do something I should have did yesterday. Hold up 1 second.
Okay, okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go in. Can you still
Mhm.
hear me?
Yeah, I can still
Because
hear you.
no. So what I'm gonna do? Let's go back. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna double check my Wi-Fi and I'm gonna use my phone because that's what happened to me yesterday. Like it kept going in and out because it's still I'm in the Suffolk area, so it's still I think the
Okay.
had a lot to do with what's going on as well because I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
this problem the night before when I was on what I keep. So let me log out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me come back in. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.